So, greetings to all, and we appreciate your attendance today. So, let's start our session with this great quotation. Social welfare is not a handout, but an investment in a stronger, healthier, and more just a society for all. A very good evening to all the guests and dignitaries. In this capacity, as your host for the worldwide webinar on social welfare, I, Mukul Sharma, would like to take this opportunity to extend a hearty greeting to each and every one of you. It gives me a great pleasure to extend a warm hello to each and every one of you gathered here today. It is a huge honor for us to have some of the caliber there whose involvement on this topic of social welfare adds so much value to it. Social welfare refers to a system of programs and institution designed to promote the well-being of individuals and family within a society. It often involves government funded initiatives that provide basic necessities like food and shelter to those in need. Social welfare can also encompass broader services like healthcare, education, and job training. Ultimately, the goal is to create a safety net that protects vulnerable population and foster a more equitable society. Before I further proceed, let me take a brief moment for the introduction of my organization, SEMS Welfare Foundation. A registered non-profit organization is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focus on education, particularly skill development and entrepreneurship. Through our initiative, Dik Saksham, we have created training programs in IT, financial, retail, and entrepreneurship, impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskilling inmates in Haryana jails and collaborating with universities and college. We have also partnered with banks to place over 1,500 candidates in jobs. FemLeads, another SEMS initiative, empower women through workshop and stories of successful female entrepreneurs. We have conducted programs on digital literacy, marketing, and career development, reaching over 1,000 women across multiple states. This initiative recently reached a milestone of 100 women actively involved. In just a short time, SIMS has established itself as a force for positive change, equipping individuals with skills for employment and promoting women's leadership in various industries. Now let me take this wonderful session to publicly present and welcome Ms. Zeba Rukhsar, the keynote speaker for the today's international webinar. Ms. Zeba Rukhsar, hailing from Aligarh, she brings this esteemed institution a strong educational background, having completed her BA, MA, B.Ed, and M.Ed from the renowned Aligarh Muslim University. Additionally, she has enriched her teaching skills with PGCTE from the prestigious English and Foreign Languages University. About her experience, Ms. Zeba has had the privilege of teaching for 2 years in the culturally diverse landscape of Kerala. During this time, she honored her skills not only in imparting knowledge but also in fostering an environment conducting to learning. Furthermore, Ms. Zeba served as a public speaking expert at Planet Spark, an online platform dedicated to educational enrichment. This role allowed her to further refine her communication skills, ensuring effective interaction with students and colleagues alike. Her interests extend beyond the classroom as Ms. Zeba is passionate about organizing and managing events that facilitate holistic development. Effective communication lies at the heart of her teaching philosophy, and she strives to instill this value in her students. Moreover, it is proud to mention that Ms. Zeba has successfully cleared the central teaching ability test for both papers. She is excited about the opportunity to contribute to academic excellence of this institution and look forward engaging in meaningful dialogue with all of you. There are many gems and diamonds in the world, and one of them is here today to help us build this event. With this note, I, Mukul Sharma, on behalf of SEMS Welfare Foundation, would like to give me heartiest welcome to Ms. Zeba Rukhsar ma'am with a huge round of applause for joining us today. Your presence has added significance of this event, and we are genuinely honored to have you here, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mukul. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. And you gave me a flashback of all the things that I had done up till now in my career. So I'm honored to be here first of all, and I am honored to share my knowledge and my thoughts on such topic that we are going to discuss today. And you already gave a brief introduction about what we are going to discuss today, and that is the social welfare, right? So, from my side also, I welcome everyone for this interaction, I must say, and discussion also. I will say this is actually not only like my responsibility to say something and give you the knowledge or thoughts or views about a specific topic. It is like yours contribution also, that I want to learn something from the other side also. So I like in my classes also, I used to say this is a interaction, discussion, or a teaching learning platform, not only like a one side process, right? So today I will share some of my experience related to the topic, because like we have the content everywhere. We have the like we have the bundle of opportunities to get the content, and with the help of AI we can have anything, like if we want the content according to our choices, we can have it and we can learn it and we can understand it, right? But if we discuss something on the basis of our experiences, that will help us, right, to understand any topic in a good manner or in a deep manner, right? So let's start with the topic today. So I want everyone to at least say something in the chat box, give me some responses. Okay, I think they are allowed, Mukul, they are allowed to give the responses in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so am I audible to everyone?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, okay, that's nice. So we are going to discuss a topic which is actually a much needed topic. We really need to talk about such topics. And if you're comfortable with Hindi, I can speak that also. Otherwise, I'm also comfortable with English. But do let me know if you want something in Hindi. Okay. I'll explain that and I'll discuss that in Hindi also. So the first thing is that let me go with the things that are said by the people about the social welfare first. Okay, do let me know if it is visible to everyone. Is it visible? My screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yeah, okay, fine. So if we go through the things that are written about the social welfare, then we can say it's a condition or well-being of a society. The first thing is that it's a condition and the well-being of a society. Anything that we are doing in order to provide a kind of support to the needy people, okay, that is known as a social welfare. In simple language, if we are helping the people in order to develop their level of living, that is called social welfare. If we are helping someone to get a kind of admission somewhere, for example, let's say, that is also a social welfare that we are doing from our side, right? So that is something that we have to understand from the level of the implementation. For example, like I am teaching English to my students, and I'm relating this with my experience. And when I was a student, I'm not complain I will not complain about my teachers, but when I was a student, I was thinking that why I'm learning this chapter, this story, why the teachers, they are forcing us to study this poem, why they're asking us to write the question answers in the textbook, right? So sometimes we fix the image that we are asked to write the question answers because we want to get the marks in English examination, and English is a subject in our course. That was the condition, right? But nowadays, when I am learning and studying the same chapters and teaching the same chapters to my students, I feel like I need to tell them why we are studying this, right? And we are studying it because we want to use it somewhere in our life, right? And we are discussing it. For example, we are discussing this chapter, this topic, or this like a very important aspect, that is social welfare, because the people, those who are involved in this discussion, in this webinar, they want to implement something after this. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So this is not something like we have to listen and then we have to do the though some people, they are really genuine, they really want to do something, that's why they are here. But some people, they are sometimes, they are not that much considerable, and they feel like, okay, let's attend the session and then let's understand it and then finish it, right? Then finish it, then let's not discuss it furthermore, right? So we need to implement all the things that we are learning or that we like to do. right? Something or the other, हमें कुछ तो करना है after this. So social welfare in simple language, if let's come back to the topic, it's something that we are doing or we are putting in order to uplift the level of the people who really need the support, and those who are like those who really don't have any kind of support, they need that support and we are providing it. And that kind of conditions or well-being of a society is known as a social welfare. Okay, remember, if I'm getting very fast, please do let me know. I'll be decreasing my speed. So we can say like it can be considerable as a state or a condition of human well-being that exist when social problems are managed, when human needs are met, and when social opportunities are maximized. And if I say in simple language, like for example, it's a group, it's any program that seeks to provide a minimum level of income, service, or other support for any marginalized group. It could be the government support, it could be the non-profit organizational support. In दोनों में से, like from these two, if they are providing any kind of support to the people, those who are coming marginalized group, they are actually they are doing a kind of they are accepting the programs which are governed by the government and non-profit organizations. Okay, so and the terms social work and social welfare, I want to clear that people may feel like social welfare and social work is similar. They sound similar and they are similar, right? But there is a difference. The difference is that social welfare is a broader term, it's a broader term, and social work that comes under the social welfare. Okay, so we need to understand that the social welfare is a broader term and social work comes under the social welfare. Now social welfare has a broader meaning that encompasses the like social work, public welfare, and other related programs and activities that we will study. Okay, so as I told you that the non-profit organization and the government, they are running some programs in order to provide the support to the people, those who doesn't have the access to fulfill their basic needs sometime. And basic needs include the education, the health, the food, the shelter, right? So the non-profit organizations and the government, they are planning and they are implementing some programs for the benefit of the people, those who need the support. Okay, so it is clear the concept of social welfare till now. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Just give me a minute. I want to show you one more slide. So as we all know that I heard somewhere, and I want to share you that thing also, that the two most important days of our life is the first one is the day we are born. Okay, that is the most important day because we are born on that day. And the second most important is day is like when we discover why we are born, right? And the journey or the understanding of the reason that this is why we are born, and that's make the changes, right? And change is actually really hard at first, and if in any field, and it is messy in the middle, but it will be gorgeous at the end, right? So we have to make sure that we need to do something. We need to find the cause for why we are born, or what we need to do apart from our basic things, our aim, our ambitions. We need to think about other people also, right? So that will also come directly in the topic, that is the social welfare. As an individual, we also have the responsibility to contribute something for the community, and social welfare directly doing the job of providing support and assistance to the people who really need it, right? So let me try to share my screen with you. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I just added one of the like interesting quote in the discussion of the social welfare. Of course, like Mukul also gave the introduction about what is social welfare, and I also shared my observation and experience and understanding about the topic. And let's discuss it from the point of view of the like how it works in real life, right? And how it can make a kind of impact on our real life. That is a quote which is given by Martin Luther King, and he said that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Right? what are you doing for others? I personally tell you, when I started my earning, or when I started teaching, or when I started my journey as an independent woman, first I just list out my things, that okay, I will do this, I will do that. Okay, this is like the things that I require in my life from my salary or my money. And after that, like after some time, I realized that what am I doing for other people? Really, I really realize that. And I feel that okay, I need to earn. Sometime I feel like okay, I this is not something that I need to stuck on, like okay, sirf itna ho gaya, and itni salary bahut hai, I will continue with that one. No, when I accepted the fact that I want to do something for the other people, it gave me the energy to promote myself for the next level. कि ठीक है, now I want to uplift myself, I need to do more, I need to push myself, and I need to earn more in order to give the financial support to the other people. I'm talking about financial support. Okay, so that is also needed, and I request, and I think I just suggest the people, those who are earning, to think about sometime, okay, that I need to support other people financially also, apart from the other supports, that from my contribution, or from my earning, from my things, I need to help at least this or that person, so that I'll get a kind of satisfaction. Okay, I'm doing something as a member of the society, or as a member of a community, right? So actually, I love to connect the topic with the real life. Being a literature teacher or being an English teacher, I really want to connect everything, whatever I am learning, with the real life, actually. Okay, so that is the thing. Now, this is the things that Mukul also shared and connected with about the social welfare, that it refers to organized efforts aimed at ensuring the well-being of individual within a society, and it encompasses a broad range of programs and services designed to support the basic needs of the population, especially those who are vulnerable or disadvantaged people. So the government, they are planning the programs, okay, for the different fields. The government is designing the program in the education sector, the government is designing the program in the health sector, the government, they are designing the programs for the children, the government is designing the program for the like domestic violence people, those who are suffering it. Okay, so there are different areas where the government is designing the programs, and that range of programs will comes under the social welfare. Okay, so we need to understand that what are the programs that comes under this social welfare, and there are some key aspects of social welfare that we can say in simple language, there are key aspects of the social welfare programs organized or proposed by the government, okay, or the non-profit organization. What are the key aspects? Okay, let's discuss it in that way. Now, the first one is the economical assistance that the government and the NGOs, when they are planning any programs in order to help the people, the first concern that they are having in their mind is economic assistance. They have to provide the economic assistance to the people, those who doesn't have the access to fulfill their basic needs. Okay, so the first thing that comes under the public assistance programs, the economic assistance, is the public assistance program. So in the public assistance program, what happened, the government is giving a kind of the food supports, the subsidiary supports, right? We know the schemes that the government provided for the people, and in the form of providing them some wheat, some sugar, monthly sometimes, and sometime uh, uh, like twice, like after 2 months, they can get the subsidiary, they can get the things that are provided by the government. Okay, so these are the public assistance programs. Okay, next is social insurance programs. That is social insurance program that will comes under the a kind of medical support, okay, a kind of employment support, that will like cover all the aspects of the medical one, the employment one, and the people, those who doesn't have the access to get the job or the employment, the government is providing and planning the programs for them also. Next is the most important one. Under the social welfare, the government is planning the health and medical services, right? Like for example, we have the access to go to the government hospitals and uh, get the treatment card. Those who those who comes under the poverty line, or those who doesn't have the those who are not earning that much, so that they can get the facilities from the private hospital or medical. So what they are doing, they are going directly to the government hospitals and they are having the services there. For example, they don't have to pay the full amount of the like the test is or blood test. They don't have to pay the full amount. They can pay the half amount, or the government already set a kind of lower amount. Sometimes the medical facilities are free for the people, those who are coming below the poverty line. Okay, so that is the also one of the most important one. Okay, wait a moment. Okay, so the third one is education and employment. The government is providing the support and implementing the programs for the education sector and also in the employment sector. And as a student and as a learner, or as an as a person who is working nowadays in India, we all know that what are the different schemes. We are not aware about all, but though yes, we know about the different educational facilities and schemes and scholarships that the government is providing us, and the benefits also that we can have as a student of certain programs and professions. Okay, next is the family and child welfare. Family and child welfare means family is the those who are facing the a kind of domestic violence. The government is providing assistance and help to those people also. And related to the child welfare, related to the child abuse and the child labor, right? So the government is taking strict actions against them, and they are uh, they are planning and they are implementing some programs for them also. The next and important one is the housing and community development. Housing and community development, it actually includes a kind of providing shelters to the people, those who are not having any kind of shelters. And we know that we saw in our surroundings when we are traveling from one place to another, that some of the people, they doesn't have the proper house and the proper shelter, I can say in simple language. So they are sleeping sometime on the platform. The government is designing the program and schemes for them. Okay, but somewhere or the other, because of the lack of the awareness, they are not they're not accepting it, and not accepting, they're not getting the privilege to utilize all the programs. But the government has organized and developed and promoted the programs for them also, right? So related to the awareness, I want to tell you something that like the people, related to, for example, the education, I personally have the experience of that, that a house helper in my house, she is having four girls, four daughters. And one day I asked her that you're not sending your daughters to the school, you should send them to the school. Normally I said that send them to school, why they're not going? Though I was busy, I was doing my work, but casually I just asked her that why you're not sending them to school. Send them to school and they can easily go to the government school, like a normal advice. Like you all can have such kind of conversation sometime with other people. So I casually gave her the time, and I was sitting and I was asking her that why you're not sending your daughters to the school. She said that government schools are there, but they are paying very high fees, and I have to purchase the books, I have to purchase the uniforms. Then I asked her, who told you about that? In government schools, they will provide you the syllabus, and they will provide you the books, and they will provide you the uniform, and in fact they will provide you some scholarship also. That time she was amazed, she was shocked, she was like, how it is possible? And the people told me that don't send your daughters to the school, they are not good and they will not give you anything, and in fact they will ask you for some extra fees sometime. So that's why I thought that I will not send my daughter to school. So you see that they don't have the awareness. Awareness plays a vital role, a very important and a very important role in the society nowadays, that the people, they doesn't have the awareness, and the people, those who are working, those who are student, those who are teachers, those who are working somewhere, they doesn't have the time to give the one to one counseling to the people. That is somewhere the truth of the society, that the people, they are not that much having that much interested sometime, and sometimes they really doesn't have that much of time, that they'll stop, they will ask, they will give the counseling, and then they will go, right? So nobody is giving such kind of awareness to the people. That is also needed in the society. I want to say that if we can give the awareness to the people, that we should try to do something in order to give them the awareness first. They are actually, they doesn't know anything about their rights and responsibilities. They feel like they are not equal in the society. Sometimes they feel like those who are educated, they have everything. That's why they said that padna likhna bahut zaruri hai, because they feel like only the educated people can go and have the access to reach somewhere, to get the facilities, right? So they'll feel like. So related to the health issue also, I have the experience that someone came to my house and she is not that much financially strong. So I asked her that she said, I don't have the budget to go to any hospital, and some tests are there, and I will do it, let's see, I will do it one day. Then I said, why don't you go to the government hospital? She said, no, in government hospital doesn't have such tests, they doesn't have the machine, they doesn't have the laboratories. I said, who told you? People told me, in my neighbor, they told me that there is no facilities in the government hospital. So you see, the lack of awareness plays a very important role in order to provide the guidance to the people, those who are coming under the poverty line, right? So we have the responsibility to give a kind of guidance, to give our precious time to those who are around us, and give them the awareness about some topics, right? Or something that they really need in their life. Do you agree with me? Now let's quickly discuss the goals of social welfare. After that, I'll tell you the different schemes. I will not go with the detailed of the different schemes, but I will quickly tell you what are the different schemes that are provided and implemented by the government. Okay, let's quickly do the goals of social welfare. My screen is visible to everyone. Mukul, do let me know. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay, fine. So the most important goal of the social welfare program is that it reduces the poverty and inequality, right? And by providing financial assistance and access to basic needs, social welfare aims to level the playing field and reduce economic disparities. That is the aim, right? That is the goal. That is why, having the goal in their mind, they are planning and promoting, and they are implementing the programs. This is the first and foremost goal and aim in their mind, in the mind of the government and the non-profit organization. The next is this: the it promotes social justice. So it ensures that all members of the society have equal opportunities and access to resources. Like if I talk about the child abuse or the child welfare, the government doesn't say that only the children of such caste or such religion can have the access of such opportunities. No, it's not like that. It is giving the opportunities to each and everyone, despite of any religion or any region or anything. The government is giving the equal opportunities, and they are planning the programs in such a way that there should not be any kind of inequalities in giving the opportunities and the facilities to the people. The next is it enhance the quality of life. Of course, if certain changes are there in the life of the people, it will enhance the quality of their life, it will develop their level of living, it will give them a kind of relaxation. Okay, so that is the thing. Now, next is it provides support to economic stability by providing the kind of employment opportunities, educational scholarships, right? Some scholarships for the girl students, for example. The government is providing the economic stability, and it providing a safety net during economic downturns, especially when the people, they have downturns. It may be because of any natural disaster or any other circumstances. The people may have the problems of earning and fulfilling their basic needs of life. That time the government is providing a kind of safety net during to the people. Okay, now the different challenges that the social welfare programs faced. Okay, it includes NGOs and the government also. The first one is sustainability and funding. Okay, they are planning and they are trying to implement the programs on a broader level, but sometimes they face the challenge of the funding. And the next challenge is the inefficiency and bureaucracy, and the social stigma also. The social stigma, it includes a kind of acceptance of from the people's side, whether they will accept the things or not, whether they will give the positive response to the programs. That kind of thing sometimes gives a kind of challenge to social welfare program. Okay, now next I want to, now these are some of the suggestions that I want to give. Before the suggestion, I want to tell you about that, because like I'm continuously telling you about the programs and the schemes that the government is planning and implementing. I want to give a glance and give a kind of a name to all those schemes, though there are many, but let's understand some of these schemes that are raised and promoted by the government. For example, let's see this one. This is Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Skill India Mission, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign, and this is contributing in PM Cares Fund and Shemev Jayati Yojana. All these are the schemes and the programs that are planned and implemented by the government for the different reasons. For example, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, it is like it is for the economy, infrastructure, vibrant demography, and the package has emphasized land, labor, liquidity, and laws. So that will include in that. Now, Skill India Mission, actually, as the name itself suggested, that some skill will be improved during the through the training initiatives and under the National Skill Development Program. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is responsible for the Skill India initiatives, and some of the initiatives are National Skill Development Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. All these things are available on the official websites of the government. We can have the understanding from there, and accordingly we can assist the people, those who need the assistance in different fields. And Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is basically to improve the percentage of toilets that we all know, and the advertisement is very high about that mission also. And it involves the involvement of school children in the activities of spreading awareness on water sanitation and hygiene. And also the schools have different pages on social media. The school is organizing some programs on based of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and they are posting on social media and they are spreading knowledge and awareness, right? So these are the small steps that the education sector is taking in order to create and maximize the level of awareness. And this is Sukanya Smriti scheme, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign. And these are the different initiatives that the government is taking. Now, this is PM Cares Fund, Prime Minister Citizen Assistance and Relief in Emergency Situation Fund. And accordingly, they have different objectives. And these are some of the schemes, okay? And there are many schemes that are there in order to provide the assistance to the people, those who comes under the poverty line. And now I want to share something related to the suggestions that I personally feels, and I also pointed out that these could be the some suggestions for the social welfare programs. And the first one is the universal basic income. That is the implementing the UBI can provide the financial stability, reduce poverty, and it enables individual to pursue education or entrepreneurship. Affordable housing programs, though these things are there, but still, if they are promoting and if they are highlight, if they will be highlighting more, then they can make a kind of change in the society, right? They are there, but we are facing and we are feeling that the people, they really need to have the affordable housing programs, because in a reality or in an authentic like area in the world, we see the people sleeping on the platform. We saw the people, they doesn't have the house. So like we really want to emphasize on such kind of programs that the government should do and implement more programs for them, right? Now, accessible healthcare, that is like accessible healthcare means ensuring the healthcare services are affordable and accessible to all, that can improve public health and reduce healthcare related financial burdens. Sometimes, like I must say, and I must add the point that the somewhere the government have the access, and they have the they are giving us the facilities, but because of the awareness, the people, they are not getting any kind of benefit from the programs that the government is circulating. So the accessible healthcare is needed. They need to have the a kind of awareness related to the healthcare sector also. Okay, they do not have the feeling that okay, we cannot go to private sector, private hospitals, and we can also not go to the government hospitals. They should not feel like that. The education and the accessibility should be there for the people. Now, quality education for all, investing in education from early childhood through higher education can provide individuals with the skills and knowledge needed to succeed. Okay, not only like the compulsory free and compulsory education till class 8. Okay, in some of the government schools, the students can have the access to have the educations till class 8, but sometimes it needs to have, sometimes the students, they need to get the higher education also free of cost, right? So if it will be there, it will make, definitely it will make a kind of change. Now, next is the job training and employment services, that offering job and training programs. Of course, employment is one of the most crucial crises that we are facing in our country. So if the employment services and training increases, definitely we can have the stable employment, and we can have a better life, the as a country, right? We means as a country. The childcare support, it providing affordable and high quality childcare options can enable parents to work and support their families, right? Now, mental health services is also very important. Like for example, in case of any disaster, recently we have faced the COVID pandemic, right? And I have published and wrote some paper on the perception of teachers and parents on the COVID pandemic, right? And there I found that they have different concerns, and government is providing the facilities in the form of vaccination, sometime in the form of providing them like a bed in the hospitals, but the trauma that the people are facing and the COVID fear that they were having in their mind, the government is not taking that much a kind of actions on that aspect. They are not like paying that much attention on the mental health services. Though the people who lost their parents, their their nearest one, they need to have a kind of mental support, but they were not having. So that is also very important. The few food security programs to the people, though those who doesn't have the food, and that program can ensure that everyone has access to nutrition food. That is very important, right? And there are many like community development initiatives, building parks, community centers, public transportation. So all the things that we see in our surroundings, we should make a kind of notes, flowchart, tree diagrams in our mind. Okay, this is a topic and this is the flowchart. We need to work on this. We need to think about what is the program for this kind of situation. What is the program for this problem? What can we do for that thing, right? So as a responsible person, an individual of the community, we should think about all those things and make a kind of chart and like notes in our mind, and we should think about the implementation, how we can implement all those things, right? So Mukul, please do let me know about the timings when I have to stop. Do we have time?
Yes, ma'am, we have time.
Okay. So, one of the topic which is related to the social welfare is the social responsibility, and like I really want to focus on that aspect also. I have prepared and wrote something related to that, and I quickly revise and give a glance on that thing. That is the social responsibility. Is to engage individual communities and organization in a collective effort to build a sustainable and inclusive future. So, as a citizen of the country or the community, we need to have the social responsibility to provide a kind of support to the people, to the community, and also to the organization in a collective effort. Okay, to build a sustainable and inclusive future. And of course we can make a changes. It's not like that we can, it will not make any kind of change. It will make a kind of change in the life of the people, right? Definitely it will. Like if you provide assistance to 10 10 women or 10 kids, or if you can stop the child labor in your area, for example, it will make a kind of awareness to the other areas or to the other communities, that okay, some educated people are there, they can complain to the government, and we have to stop the child labor in our area, right? So it's not like we are going somewhere, we are getting the for example, like in most of the places while we are traveling, especially in the UP, Uttar Pradesh area, and we are stopping our transport to have a tea or snack somewhere. We saw the kids, they are cleaning the glasses, they are giving the support to the owner of the shop, but we are not speaking because sometimes we are tired, sometimes we are clicking the pictures, and sometimes we bothered but we don't want to speak because we are introvert, right? So that is the thing. So apart from all these things, okay, let the people judge you. Okay, my family member, they used to tell me that you are over possessive, and you are childish sometime. They'll, okay, let me tell you, they will say you are childish, you're over supportive, you don't have any kind of introvertness in you, you are simply going and talking to everyone. So I have the habit to talk to everyone. If their face is sad, I will say, What happened, why you're sad?" Okay. So that is the thing. I'll just share a very important experience of my life, not the important one, but yeah, it is important for me. One day I went to the hospital to see my one of my relative, and he was on the ventilator. So I was near the ventilator. What do you call there's a area where all the ventilations are provided to the serious patients, right? So I went there, I met the patient, and then I was sitting outside, and suddenly my relatives, they asked me that go and fill that water bottle. So I went near the water cooler, and I was waiting waiting for my turn to fill the bottle. Meanwhile, one of the kid, he was wearing a white color kurta pajama, and with full of interest, with like the bottle size is bigger than his hand size. He was filling that, and with his like cunning eyes, he was looking at me, and he was filling the bottle. Then I said, "What? Who is there in the ward from your family?" He said, "I first I asked to whom you are filling that much big bottle." He said, "For my relatives." I said, "Okay, for your relatives. Then who is there in the ward?" He said, "My mother is there on the ventilator." So with I got a kind of lesson from him, that he was so strong, he was so stable, and I was so worried about him that I was asking my family members that I want to talk to his family, I want to talk to his father, I want to know whether what happened to his mother, right? So a serious case was there, but a simple interaction. I just asked him what happened, and after that, I just console him. I shake hands with him, and I said, "Your mother will be okay. Okay, घबराना मत, वो ठीक हो जाएंगी. परेशान मत होना. तुम तो कितने समझदार हो. तुम तो बड़े खुश हो." So I was just asking him, and I was just talking to him. मेरे बोलने से क्या उसको मिल जाता, राइट? बट शायद वो मेरे बोलने से उसको कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि ये होता है कि जो थोड़ी सी मतलब जो काउंसलिंग टाइप जो चीज होती है, वो नहीं होती है गरीब लोगों में कभी कभी, या फिर वो लोग इतना बिजी होते हैं मेहनत करने में कि उनको टाइम नहीं होता कि वो काउंसलिंग पे फोकस करें, कि आओ हम बैठकर काउंसलिंग करते हैं एक दूसरे की. दे वर नॉट गिविंग इंपॉर्टेंस टू द काउंसलिंग सेशन, and to their kids especially. They feel like they will do it by themselves. Okay, they will handle it. First, let us understand and like solve the problem that we are facing. So we really need, as a person or as an individual, we really need to put our introvert side one side, and let's talk to the people. Let's give them the awareness whatever we are learning. Okay, sometimes it gives you the satisfaction, of course, and sometimes it gives them the awareness, and they can have a kind of benefit from that thing, right? So think about a personal perspective, and let's contribute ourselves also, so that the people can have at least something from like the educated, or from the educated people like us, right? So हम लोग तो बहुत, it's like more education, more more awareness, and they can easily come and ask us any question. We are the free teachers, free of cost teachers. We need to give them free coachings, free tuitions, free schooling, right? Whatever we learn from our experiences. So that should be there in our attitude and in our responses and in our interaction also. Okay. So next time, I hope if we saw any person who need a kind of counseling, whether it is a mental counseling or any kind of support, we should give them that thing, right away in that moment itself. And that is also one of the important thing, that is we have to give the environmental stewardship, that is minimize our ecological footprints and contribute to environmental conservation. This is highly related to the how we are maintaining our surrounding. That is also come under the a kind of social work, and social work comes under the social response, social welfare, right? So that is also one of the most concerning thing that I want to tell you. As I worked in Kerala, I saw a huge difference in Kerala and UP. And after coming from Kerala, I just I never said to in front of the people, but I do compare the things. Like the people there, they are more hygienic, they are more systematic, they are cleaning the things around them, they're not throwing the waste near around them. And that is why the Kerala is having a kind of like a kind of they have a more like education system is there. They are more systematic, right? So that is the thing. So if we can also make such kind of things around us, we can surely try to. And next is women empowerment, and this is the most general topic and the known topic to everyone, though we have the different perception about that. That's other thing, but it provide the women with the knowledge and skills need to pursue their aspirations. So with the certain support and push to the women, it could be their choices, it could be their decision making power. We can accept the woman as a leader also sometimes. Okay. So these are the some, this is a broad topic that I don't want to discuss in detail. And of course, educational support that I told you, with the kind of simple counseling, we can give the educational support to the people. Okay. And diversity and inclusion, that is also the most important part. And we should not give the message to the people that okay, they're not having any kind of like we are judging the people by their names, by their religion, by their caste. No, of course not. Okay. So as an educated people, like if 30-40 people are there in this webinar, next you will give the education to next like to your groups, especially अगर आप अपने groups को भी बताएंगे, that definitely it will make a kind of change, or it will create a kind of diversity and inclusion. Community development, still, like I just want you to focus on your English chapters that you study in your school life, right? As I'm teaching all the chapters, and believe me, they're awesome, they're great. Every chapter, every poem is giving us the life lesson. Okay. So do give a revision of NCRT and understand what the different authors are saying, what the different poets are saying, what are their views, what are their inspiration. You know, every poem has maybe it may have a kind of motivation. Sometimes it gives us the different aspects of life. Okay, I will not go deep in that, but do give a kind of revision to all the things that you have studied in your school in English classes. Okay, because literature is all about life. To understand the perceptions of what we can do for ourselves and our society, do give a reality check to the things that we studied already, right? Instead of learning new things we already studied, but the thing is we doesn't focus on why we are learning it, right? That is the thing. And all these things are there. That is economic empowerment. It provide mentorship, training, and financial assistance to building to budding entrepreneurs in under served communities. This is volunteering, helping the other people, monitoring and reporting. All these things are there. So that's it from my side. Hope you like the session, and hope you understand something, and hope we'll implement something. We already know about some topics, but I really want you to implement something and get more ideas related to that. Thank you so much.
On behalf of organizing committee, I would like to express my hearty vote of thanks to our outstanding speaker, Ms. Zeba Rukhsar ma'am. Today, we got the opportunity to listen to an interesting and thought-provoking discussion on social welfare. The amount of expertise and passion displayed by Ms. Zeba Rukhsar ma'am really enhanced and our grasp of the topic. Ms. Zeba Rukhsar skillfully impacted her knowledge, leaving us with insightful conclusion and motivational concept. Her interesting presentation captured our attention and motivated us to learn more. We appreciate the effort they put into preparing this enlightening session. Ma'am, our viewers and participants have a few questions that they would want to answer. So, shall I proceed with the inquiries on their behalf with your consent?
Yeah, sure, Mukul.
Okay, ma'am.
I can also read some of the questions, right? Kevin Khurana, he asked, as a student, how can we contribute to social welfare as a student, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I always told my students that what's your profession first? So as I'm taking classes for science stream, commerce, humanities, they'll say, I want to become a CA, I want to become a doctor, I want to become an engineer. Then lastly, I will say, how many of you want to become a teacher? Then they said, they'll look at each other and they will say, hardly one or two students say. I said, you can have your profession and you can be a teacher also. Why not a teacher? So my answer is that for this question, that apart from doing your things for your profession, you can give the awareness in the form of teaching the people, right? Awareness is actually you are giving something to the people. You're teaching them about the different programs that the government is running. You know, if you want to give the assistance to the people, those who are sleeping on the road, for example, and if some shelters are there in your area, first search the shelters, and then one day make a time and give some time from your schedule and go and give, talk to them and tell them that go to that side, one place is there, you can go and sleep there every day. Same related to the food. Okay, so first search the things in your areas, what are the different things that the government is providing, and then you can assist them. For assistance, assisting someone, for giving them the awareness, you don't need to have be a student, a teacher, or anyone. You can give them the awareness in a simple manner. Hope I give the satisfactory answer
Yes,
to
ma'am. Thank you
Kevin
so much.
Khurana. Yeah.
Ma'am, there's another question from Piyush Kumar. He's asking what metrics are the most effective in measuring the success of social welfare programs?
What metrics? Can you elaborate your question, please?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, should I repeat the question?
So I request Piyush Kumar to unmute yourself and please, explain your question so that ma'am can answer you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Piyush. Yeah, you're audible. Yes, Piyush.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to ask, since it's a qualitative work, like the social work, so how can we measure the success rate of it? Any metrics on any like performance criteria?
So 1 second, Piyush. I think ma'am has some, network issue. She's rejoining the meeting. 1 second.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Mukul. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption.
It's okay, ma'am.
So now I request Piyush to, please unmute yourself and explain to ma'am so that she can answer your question.
Yeah, ma'am. I was asking that since how can we measure the success rate of the social work that is being done in the society? Like it's a qualitative work, so how we can measure the data?
See, if you want to the first thing that I want to know, that why you want to measure it. Okay, we don't want to measure it on a quick basis, right? First we want to do it, then we have to see that whether the people, they are really going and taking the advantage of the schemes and programs given by the government. They are really, they are going it, they are really taking the advantage, or not. It's not an easy task actually. For example, telling the people that go and take the subsidy from this and that place, and the government is giving you the subsidy, you can give them the guidance, and then after some time you can take the feedback. Okay, whether they are really going there or not, whether they are taking the advantage or not, then you can analyze it. Okay, and suppose if you are doing it for the purpose of a kind of research or something, and then you have to take you have to undergo with a kind of procedure. You have to do the perfect steps for the planning and the implementation, and the other surveys, and through other surveys you can have the result in your hand. Okay, yeah.
Ma'am, there's another question from Anshika Sharma.
Yeah.
She's asking what are the best ways to make people in undeserved communities more aware of the social welfare issues?
Yeah, again, I want to say that by giving them the awareness is the key of all these changes that we can make. And I have told you in the beginning that change is very hard at first, and it will be messy in the middle, and it will be gorgeous at the end, right? So the thing is, like, we have to give them only awareness can tell them, and awareness is not like we just distribute the templates to them. They cannot read it, and we have to we have to make sure that other people in their community and society, they are not misleading them. As I told you, they have lack of awareness, they have other thoughts about the schemes and programs of the government, so we need to give them the correct awareness. Okay, so you can, what you can do, you can make a group of the friends and decide that okay, on Sundays we can visit that place, or next Sunday we can visit that place and talk to the people simply, like for like 30 to 20 to 30 minutes. You can you just need to go there and have interaction with the people and give them the introduction in their language, बिल्कुल उनके बेस में, उनके उस पे जा करके, उनके तरीके से उनको समझाकर एक बहुत अच्छा रैपो उनके साथ बना करके उन then you can give them the awareness. Okay, and the awareness can make a kind of change in the thing.
Ma'am, Prachi Khurana is asking, how can we make people aware of the social welfare initiatives initiated by the government?
First of all, we have to understand like what kind of which category they belong to. Okay, like if they need health facilities, then we have to do a kind of research, because we have the like access to the bundle of knowledge that we can have from that from Google and from internet. We need to search all the schemes from the authentic government websites related to their issues. If their issues are related to health, then we have to search and minimize the things that are there by the government. Okay, uske baad, then after that we have to check whether all these things are available in our areas for these people or not, right? And after checking and after correcting and after giving a kind of a check on all these things, then we can tell them that okay, this is your problem, and for that problem there is a government scheme. Okay, you are a woman, for you there is a government scheme. You are a girl child, for you this is a scheme. Okay, so interaction, the personal interaction, or a kind of like we can say the desi workshop is needed for them, right?
Thank you, ma'am. There's another question from Kishore Sharma, and it is very kind of an interesting question, according to me. That is a social welfareism help politicians to make more corrupt?
They can divert the people. That is the intention of the question. Like,
I think so.
I
Yes.
didn't
No,
get it.
ma'am.
Yeah.
The main issue of mine that the name of social welfareism or guise of welfareism, politicians are doing wrong things with the society. And you said about the Kerala, but the Kerala's debt, state debt is so much. Kerala's people are migrating from there. Native people are not there. People are encroaching the land of forest without any proper way. The government are giving everything in the name of social welfareism. In the ruling of CPM, people are doing everything bad, or they are saying that the welfareism is at the peak in the Kerala, but the people of the Kerala is not as much
Okay. Yeah. So, Kishore, you are talking as per your experience, and I not denied the fact that you have any wrong information or anything. You may have done your research on that part, and you might be correct. And what I was telling you related to that place is that everything is having a kind of positive and negative aspect, right? So as a good aspect, what I observe that, and maybe because I was living in a residential area or in an institutional area, so maybe I might not aware about all those factors. What I noticed there is that the people there, they are very concerned about the waste management. For example, we are not that much concerned about the waste management. We don't have the proper waste management system in our area. We doesn't have the systems related to the health and hygiene, but they have, right? So these are some of the aspects that I want to follow. And you may be right about that the government is misleading, right? But if they are misleading, government are misleading, then the community people are misleading. Okay, if the community people are misleading, the people, they are not going and taking the advantage. So as I told you, that it is the individual responsibility to give them the awareness. Okay, for example, I will go to the people who really who feel like, okay, this place is not giving us any kind of benefit, but the government is giving us the benefit, right? Sometimes, so we need to go through, like, the process is sometimes very long. For example, we need to fill the form, then we need to upload the photograph, then we need to upload the ration card, then we need to have the proper Aadhaar card. So these steps are very long. So we need to give them the awareness, and once all these formalities has been done, the people can get the benefit. So we need to think about the small contribution that we can do. Okay, and I agree with that. Maybe it's the side of the there are two sides of the coin. So maybe the people, they are taking the advantage of some policies and programs, but on the other side, there is some chances that the people can have some kind of advantage from those policies. Is there or not? The people can get the advantage, right? So let's focus on that, and let's do our contribution from that thing, and let's not push ourselves back because of such reasons. Okay, Kishore?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, one last question from Jatin Rajput. He's asking, how do you identify the most critical needs within community and how do you prioritize them?
How do you identify the most critical needs within a community, and how do you prioritize them? uh how identify? See, I am a teacher, and the basic and the permanent profession that I consider for myself is a teacher, right? So being a teacher, I identify the critical need in the community is to get the education, at least the reading and writing, the basic one. Okay, and I prioritize them the most, the reading things, right? I am really disappointed if I saw a 10-12 year old boy or girl surrounding near my house or coming for some work or something. And if they ask me that, please, can you read this thing for me? Can you open that thing for me? Can you tell me what is this, like the different packets or the different things? So this is so heartbreaking and disappointing that the people, they really don't know how to read and write. So I prioritize the education first, that everyone should get the education. That is the thing, and that is the most critical need nowadays, the basic thing, to read and write and understand the things around them. And if they can read and write, they can read and understand the policies governed by the and implemented by the government, sometime in Hindi, in English. Hindi में भी है तो उनको पढ़ना आना चाहिए. It's not like क्या लिखा है आप पढ़ के दिखाइए, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Everyone should know what are the different policies that we have.
There's another question, and I guess it is the last question of this session. And this is
Mhm.
all another again from Piyush Kumar. He's asking, how can advancement in technology and data improve the effectiveness of social welfare programs?
Yeah, of course, like technology gives us the benefit first. Technology के through हम लोग किसी एक advertisement पे depend नहीं रह सकते हैं, that this advertisement will come and then we will study about the details. With the help of the technology and with the help of the internet and networks, we have the access to go through the reality. Okay, to understand everything from the primary to the secondary level, we have the access. Okay, second thing is that we can get the hard copies of the advertisement, the things, the charts and everything, and we can show it to the people as a kind of a kind of proof that, look, these people are there who got the schemes, right? So is तरीके से we can have a kind of awareness. And of course, through the platform of social media, we can promote the positivity, and we can reach more people easily. Technology is something like which really helps us if we use it in a good manner. And of course, like as I told you, there are two sides of the coins. The other can be like, it can mislead, but it's up to you what content you are showing and what content you are searching.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for answering all the questions asked by the participants. We really appreciated your excellent guidance, ma'am. Once again, I express my gratitude and thanks to Ms. Zeba Ruksar, ma'am, for sparing time from her hectic schedule to impart information to us. We are speechless by your invaluable presence at this session. You provide in-depth analysis of the topic and shared some fascinating information. We shall bide our time to the further such event in order to advance both our personal and collective knowledge. Additionally, I want to thank everyone in the attentive audience for their smart questions and active involvement. This event is considerably more meaningful because of your participation.